question here is draw a histogram for this data. Class intervals are given, right? And what kind of class intervals are these? These are class boundaries, right? And they start from 150, end at 200. And what do we do with the class boundaries in case of histogram? We plot them in the x-axis, right? And what do we do with the number of students? We plot them in the y-axis, right? So what we do is we first construct our x and the y-axis. So we're going to construct our x and y-axis. Say this is our y-axis. Let's say this is our x-axis. Okay. So origin x, and you have y. Okay. So when you are drawing your x and the y axis, try to leave 5 to 10 divisions here. Okay. Minimum minimum 5 division, maximum 10 division, not more than that. Okay. And here also 5 to 10 divisions. Okay. And the next thing that we are going to do here is we are going to write what we are doing in the x-axis. In the x-axis, we are going to plot the class boundaries. So we write the height. In the x-axis, we have the height, right? And in the y-axis, we must have the number of students, right? Number of students. It must not grow out of the squared graph. Okay, mine is going out. You must keep it within the squares. Okay. Number of students. Now, if you see height starts from 150, it does not start from 0, right? So what should I do? It starts from 150 and ends at 200, right? So if I start my 150 from here, okay, doesn't matter 0. So I'll have 150 here. Next is 160. Next is 170, 180, 190, and then I have 200. Now see, because I have not started from 0, what I'll do is, because I've started from 150, I'll just give a small zigzag line here to denote that whatever is in between, we are not concerned about it. Okay. Yeah. Zigzag line. Why we give the zigzag line? Or any question?
No, sir, no question.
Okay. Now is the comes the scale part. In the and if you see in the x-axis, we are plotting. We are starting from 150 till 200. And 10 divisions here is in between 150 and 160. So what is the difference between 150 and 160? 10. And we have how many divisions? 10 divisions. So 10 divisions here is equal to 10. What is the height? Unit of height? Centimeters, right? Centimeters. So one division must be equal to 1 centimeter. So we'll write a scale here. Write a scale along x-axis. One smallest division is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay. So we've written the scale along the x-axis. Now we are going to decide the scale along the y-axis. So now you see number of students. If you see the number of students here, the highest number of students here is 10, right? That means we have to move from 1 to 10. So that should be easy. If I keep this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right? So here, how many divisions are there? Between 1 to 2 and 0 to 1, 10 divisions. And 10 divisions is equal to number of students is how many? 2 to 1. So this is equal to 1 student, isn't it? That means 1 division is equal to how much? 0.1 student. Right? So we write the scale here. Along y-axis, one smallest division is equal to 0.1 student. Right? So that finishes the scale part. Now we come to the drawing the histogram. That is very easy. Once 150 to 160, if you see the frequency is 8. So between 150 to 160, I have an 8. So I will draw a vertical line between 160 to 160 corresponding to 8, right? And I'm going to drop two perpendiculars here and one here. So that completes our first rectangle. Next, 160 to 170, frequency is 3. So this, and here we have this. This is 3. Okay. Next, 170 to 180, frequency is 4. The 4 is the frequency, so we'll draw a horizontal line here between 170 to 180, and then drop perpendicular from the ends of this horizontal line. So this completes another rectangle. Okay. Next is 180 to 190, frequency is 10. This is the highest one. This is the highest rectangle or the highest tower. Okay, so this is our rectangle. Okay, remember that the rectangle should always be overlapping. You must not draw separate rectangles. Okay, rectangle must always be overlapping rectangles. Okay, and finally you have 190 to 200. Frequency is 2. You have 190 to 200 and the frequency is 2. And that completes your histogram. Okay. Any question here on the histogram?
Excuse me,
No,
sir.
Tell me.
Sir, if this so if we are taking the first one as 10 and but the intervals are 5, then also sir we will use break line.
Yes, you can use the break lines even then. Even if you take, even if you don't take this as 10 divisions, even if you take this as 5 divisions, okay, that does not matter. What matters is this division. Okay, this must be equal, all these. Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine. Let's move to the
Thank you,
next
sir.
question. Now this question here requires a little bit of common sense. Okay, question, if you see instead of the class boundaries or the class limits, what is given, they have simply written below 15, below 30, below 45, and so on. In this case, what we need to do is a little bit of extra work needs to be done. We need to construct the frequency distribution here. Okay, and how do we construct the frequency distribution? We need to understand what we mean by below 15. So here you have marks obtained. And here you have number of students, which is the frequency. Okay. Now in marks obtained, first of all, you have below 15. And you have 6. Okay, let me first mark it as 6. Okay. Below 15 means what? 0 to 15, right? So you'll write here 0 to 15. And what is the number of students corresponding to this? This is 15. Next, if you see, you have below 30. Below 30, what does this mean? Below 30 means 0 to 30, isn't it? But here, instead of 0 to 30, we are going to write 15 to 30. 0 to 30 means from here till here, isn't it? But how much is 0 to 15? It is 15. And how much is 0 to 30? It is 27. So this will become 27 minus 15, right? Which is 12. Is this step clear?
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
Okay.
sir,
Next
can you
is,
please explain once more?
see, below 30 means 0 to 30, right? Below 30 means 0 to 30. But how much is below 15? How much is below 15? Below 15 is 15. Below 30 is 27. So that means 15 to 30 must be 27 minus 15. Between 15 to 30 must be 27 minus
Yes.
15, right? So that is how for each one we do the same. Now if you see the next one. Next one is below 45. Below 45 means 0 to 45, right? But 0 to 30, how much do you have here? 15 plus 12, which is nothing but 27, isn't it? So instead of 0 to 45, we write here 30 to 45. Understood? And what we do, because you have 0 to 30, how much do you have? 27. And below 45, how much you have? 54. So this must be 54 minus 27. Clear? That means I'm subtracting this with this. For the second one, I got by subtracting 27 minus 15. For the second one, I got this by subtracting 54 minus 27. Right? So how much is this going to be? 27, I think. Right? Is this step clear, or this is, do you want to explain this to you once more?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So now below 60 should be 0 to 60, isn't it? But we write here 45 to 60. And how much is below 45? It is 54. Below 60 is 72. So this must be 72 minus 60. This must be 12. And similarly for the others, this should be 60 to 75. This should be 81 minus 72. So it's 9. And finally, you have 75 to 90, which is 87 minus 81, which is 6. Right? Now we have constructed our frequency distribution. Actually, you know what these are? These are nothing but these, whatever is given to you, these are cumulative frequencies given to you. From frequency, you know how to convert to cumulative frequency. But this is what we have converted from cumulative frequency to frequency. Okay. Now we can draw the histogram very easily. Can we draw the histogram now? Marks
Yes, sir.
obtained. Let's draw the X and Y axis. Very quickly, let's finish the histogram. This is our Y axis. And this is our X axis. Okay. And this is my Y, X, and this is the origin. Okay. And what are we plotting in the X axis? Marks obtained. So we'll write here marks obtained. What are we plotting in the Y axis? Number of students. We'll write here number of students. You will write it within the square ones. Okay. Do not go out of the squares. One is getting out because I don't have much space. Okay. Now we are going to see what the scale should be. Along the X axis, you see, we are going to plot marks obtained. It starts from 0, ends at 90, right? So 0 and 0 to 15 you have, then 15 to 30 you have, and so on, right? So 0 to 15, I can take here 15. I can take this as 30, 45, 60, 75, and 90. So how many divisions here? 10 divisions, right? And 10 divisions is equal to how many marks? 30 minus 15 is 15 marks, isn't it? So one division is equal to how much? 15 by 10, which is equal to 1.5 marks, isn't it? We will write here. Along X axis, one smallest division is equal to 1.5 marks. Okay. Now along Y axis, let's decide the scale along the Y axis. Along the Y axis, if you see, you have 15, 12, 27, 12, 9, and 6. All these are multiples of 3. So very conveniently, which is in the highest one? 27. So if you start from 3, you have to end at 27. So what you can do is you can take this as 3 because all are multiples of 3. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, right? So what is the scale that we have taken here? How many divisions here? 10 divisions, right? And how many students? 24 to 27 is equal to 3 students, isn't it? So one division is equal to how many students? 3 by 10, which is 0.3 student. Right? So you write here along y-axis, one smallest division is equal to 0.3 student. Okay. Now, once we have written the scale, now we are going to proceed to draw the histogram. 0 to 15, frequency is 15. So from 0 to 15, you start from here, give a vertical line here from 0 to 15. And then at the end here, drop a perpendicular. That is 0 to 15. Next, we have 15 to 30, frequency is 12. So 12, this is the rectangle for 12. See that all the rectangles are overlapping. Do not draw separate rectangles, okay? All the rectangles must be overlapping. Next is 30 to 45, it is 27. So this is going to be the highest tower. Okay. Next 12. Next 9. Okay, and next finally 6. Yes, and that finishes your histogram. Clear with this, or any question you have? These 3 questions cover all the problems from your textbook. Okay, any problem that you come across will be of these 3 types only and no other types. Okay, on the minimum you practice these questions, and if you want you can practice as many questions as you like. So I'll stop here. Now you tell me if you have any questions.